Hey everybody, it's Greg from Park Journey here. Hope you're all doing alright. So on Sunday before Midsummer Scream, I headed out to Universal Studios Hollywood for just a real quick update from the park. Some people thought I wasn't going to be able to make it for opening of Midsummer Scream. I did. So I was at the park for probably about an hour or so to get some progress on the Fast and Furious coaster and of course Halloween Horror Nights progress as well. And then actually rode, Mummy and took my time around the park, and then headed to Midsummer Scream. So in this update, we're going to take you through some new merchandise that is Halloween Horror Nights related on the upper lot, some progress on a couple of the houses for Horror Nights, one that was announced at Midsummer Scream on Sunday, and of course we'll take you through the latest of the Fast and Furious coaster construction. There's a lot going on, so let's get right into it. But before I do, make sure you click below to subscribe to our channel. As always, it is greatly appreciated. Alright, so let's head right into it. Heading into the Universal store on the upper lot. Still a lot of Jurassic Park anniversary merchandise available here at the front. But obviously I was just here to see if there's anything for Halloween Horror Nights. As of right now, there's just one little booth here, one little stand here. So got some Stranger Things, shirts and hats, trucker hats, no other hats available at this particular time. Crossing fingers for some fitted hats at some point. They also got some glasses and shirts for some of the houses here that have just been announced. And The Last of Us, I do kind of like the designs a little bit. They're kind of going for the white and the black. I don't usually wear white shirts, but I do like some of the designs there and going a little bit different. And then they've got some Chucky merchandise. I don't think this is new. They typically have some Chucky merchandise pretty much every year for Halloween Horror Nights, so I don't think that that's really new. One of the houses that has not been announced as of yet is the house that is going to be in the former Walking Dead location. This is where the Hollywood Hotel house was last year. Rumors are that this is going to be for Evil Dead. So we'll see what happens, or Evil Dead Rises. So if you saw that, you might have recognized some scenes from the hotel house last year that was rumored to originally be for Evil Dead. So here we have the facade for the house that was announced at Midsummer Scream on Sunday, which is Monsters, the Monsters of Latin America. Which sounds a really cool house. If you didn't get a chance to check out our video of the panel from Midsummer Scream, make sure you do that. I'll link to it here in the description and right here on the video here, so you can see that full panel. John Murray goes into very, very high detail about this house. It sounds amazing. I can't wait to meet all of the amazing monsters in this particular house. And then you can see a little bit of the facade here. It is a two-story mausoleum, as some have rumored. And then here we have the scare zone that will be accompanying the house. Some really amazing artwork. They've kind of recreated some movie pictures for some, Latin America or Mexican cinema monster movies that never happened that I kind of wish would. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And then here we have a look at the construction of Fast and Furious, the new coaster that is coming to the park. No details as far as when it is going to be opening, but you can see here they are not messing around. Both the animal actor stage and the special effects stages are completely demolished. Lots of, removal of concrete and trees and things like that. So they're definitely in clearing stages right now. And then obviously at some point we'll start seeing vertical construction going on, hopefully in the not too distant future. And then if the layout rumors are to be believed, that some of this area down here will be used for the coaster as well. And then down that road right there, that is actually the tram road, which we'll get into in just a minute here. There is some activity going on that side of the site as well. But I would imagine some of these trees here will definitely be removed to make room for the new coaster. And you see earth movers and all kinds of things, and which has really kind of created the walls kind of go pretty far out right now, which you'll see here in a minute. There's a little bit of the building here that is I believe that is the back side of the restaurant there on French Street. So I'm not anticipating that's going to move at all. And there is also a VIP lounge kind of in the back there too. So it'll be interesting to see if any of that changes. You've got some power boxes, things like that there. So again, not sure if what that all goes to. I'm assuming those went to the animal actors and special effects stages. So it's possible those could also be removed, or they could repurpose them for Fast and Furious. So we'll definitely wait and see. So back out on French Street here, as I was mentioning, the artwork for this scare zone is absolutely fantastic. I hope they'll have some posters or some cards or something like that to kind of have the movie posters. But again, if you haven't had a chance to check out that video of the panel, there are chapters in there, and there is a chapter just about the scare zone. So I do suggest you check that out just to see the amazing artwork that John's team has put together. So as I mentioned, the walls for the Fast and Furious coaster, they go pretty far out here right now. It'll be interesting to see if they kind of adjust these a little bit for Halloween Horror Nights. It's obviously a very crowded event, and space on the upper lot is at a premium. So it'll be interesting to see if they kind of push those walls in a little bit for Halloween Horror Nights coming up here in just about a month and a week. Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando actually starts a month from today, and then Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood starts a week after that, which is kind of cool, amazing. It's going to be hot. Obviously, the early parts of Halloween Horror Nights here in Hollywood, and obviously Orlando too is always hot. But you can see the walls stretch all the way around to where the entrance, where the animal actors was, and also the special effects stages. You'll also notice here the directory that used to be right here, where the camera is pointing right now, has moved to the other side of the walkway. So you see the studio directory here. It's a nice little spot there. I like it there. It's not too bad. But again, you can see just how limited this walkway is here, moving down towards Springfield. So we'll see if they move these around a little bit. And just one little funny tidbit: the effects, one of these special effects stage signs is still partially there. Just it's effect show. It's just funny that it's still kind of there as you're heading into Springfield. As I mentioned, on the other side here, you can see the Universal City sign is still there. Crossing fingers that it is going to remain. And then here is where the coaster is rumored to go around and over the Starway right there. As you can see, the misters were already on the morning I was at the park. It was very warm. But basically, the coaster is supposed to utilize a lot of this hill here as well. Moving down to the lower lot here, you can see the facade for The Last of Us. So a little bit of thematic elements are starting to be added here for The Last of Us. If you've seen the show or played the game, this looks like just to be the entrance to one of the quarantine zones. And then looking down on the house here towards the exit of the house. So the entrance will be where the Universal Monsters entrance was last year, and the exit will be on the other side. And then as we pan up here, you're going to see the other house that is back near the tram route. That is, we're pretty confident that is a return of Holidays in Hell. No confirmation on that obviously yet. There's still 2 houses to be announced. But pretty sure that is a return of Holidays in Hell. And then the Exorcist maze that they just announced last week will be back here as well. So you're going to actually have 4 mazes here on the lower lot for Halloween Horror Nights 2023, which is pretty cool. So as I'm heading back up the hill here, just a little bit more of construction for Fast and Furious. As I mentioned, they are doing some work here on the tram road, or just off the tram road. Some of the Universal Timeline posters have been removed on the left side there, but some of them are still there. So hopefully this doesn't mean that they are going away forever. It's a nice little touch as you're heading down the hill on the studio tour. So here you can see in the beginning of it, there's still a few. You see Dracula there. So there's still some there, and then some that have been removed. I'm guessing that's where they are unloading all of the dirt and everything that they are getting rid of here. for Fast and Furious. But again, this view will look very different in just a couple of years, or probably later this year and early next year. It's going to start to take shape here pretty quickly, I would imagine. And then back up on the upper lot here is where the special effects stages used to be. You can see they've now got a wall completely surrounding that entire area, so you can't even see past there over the Simpsons facade there, and the Duff Factory facade, and the wall there. So that used to be the bridge that you would cross when you're exiting the special effects stages on that side. And then just a look at construction going back towards the front of the park. Here, again, you can see the walls pretty much jutting out here to take up most of the walkway. You can see most people are now getting used to the keeping right and keeping left on this section of the park here. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more of expanded walkways here. I don't know how they would really do it, but this area is going to be very, very popular in the not too distant futures. So they've definitely got to figure out a way to keep people moving in the park. Out here in CityWalk, some construction going on the building that used to be the Blaze Pizza and Starbucks. No indication of what it's going to be, if it's going to be another quick service, if it's going to be a sit-down restaurant. If you combine those two, it's definitely big enough for a sit-down restaurant. I don't know that CityWalk really needs more sit-down restaurants. It could be for shops. It could be for quick service. Who knows at this point, but we will definitely let you know when we know. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching this update from Universal Studios Hollywood. We probably won't have another Universal Hollywood update, maybe until Halloween Horror Nights. We are in Orlando next week for a wedding and some Walt Disney World, and I think a day at Fun Spot and a few hours at Universal Orlando to get our another use out of our passes that we got last year. And then we've got some friends coming in August for Disneyland, so we're gonna be having a couple days there. So I don't know if we'll actually get back out to Universal Studios before Horror Nights, but we will certainly try at least once more once the other two houses are announced. We will bring you those announcements when we actually have them. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will talk to you soon.